Hi, I'm Sophie, and welcome to my world. Well, summertime for some of you means vacation Bible school. And so for you, I have a very special craft. It's a Bible cover. And what I love about this Bible cover is not only does it have a pocket to keep your pens and pencils for when you're doing your Bible studies, but it also has a nice tongue closure that keeps your book shut, and also little handles for easy carrying. I'm going to show you how to make it right now. For this, I'm going to be using an X-Acto knife. Remember, always be very, very careful with an X-Acto knife, and a good pair of scissors. I'm also going to need to make sure that I have my Bible, a cutting surface. In this case, I've got a self-healing mat. I'm going to need a dry erase marker for making marks that will erase. I've got a ruler, and I've got my duct tape. Now, in this case, I'm going to be using tarp-backed duct tape fabric. And the reason I'm going to be doing this is because this is a lot of duct tape and it gets kind of expensive. And so I'm going to save myself a little bit of money by using tarp. And if you go to my website, you'll find that there are tutorials on how to make tarp fabric. Basically, all you're doing is taking a piece of tarp and putting duct tape on it, and it seals itself. It's really easy, really nice, and really economical. Now, to figure out how big a piece you're going to need your Bible. You want to make sure that your Bible fits right on to your tarp and your fabric. So you want to give yourself about a ½ inch on either side. So you want to make sure that this is an inch wider than your actual book. Lie the book at the edge of your fabric and flip it up and over one entire time, then flip it up and over again. What I'm going to be doing is taking my fabric that I've already made here, and I'm just going to be making a basic cover for it. So to do that, all I'm going to do is fold this side to that side, and then open it up and fold this side to this side like that. So I've just made a basic cover here. Now, what I'm going to do is take a little tiny piece of tape. Just a little piece. And what I want to do is find where this would naturally want to be secured. And I'm going to put a little piece of tape on the outside of where that naturally wants to be taped. So I really want to tape it right here, and I'm going to put this on the edge of that, on the edge. I'm going to flip it over, do the same thing here. So I find the edge where it wants to be secured, which is right there, and I'm going to put this little piece of tape. This is just a marker. Now I'm going to open my book up and take my Bible out. Okay, so this is where I would naturally want it to be secured. I'm going to slide this 1/2 of an inch. So here's the edge where it wants to be, and I'm going to slide it 1/2 of an inch. So just like this. And I'm going to secure this right here. That little piece of tape. And I'm going to do it on the bottom. This is just to secure this in place for right this second. And again, I'm going to slide it 1/2 inch in the opposite direction and use that little piece of tape to seal it. Seal it there. And seal it there. So what I'm going to do is take this and fold it in half. I folded that in half, and then I'm going to open this up and mark it where that half mark is. Now I'm going to take this and fold it to that half mark. And right here, I'm going to make a tiny little slit. Now this tiny little slit, I'm going to use my scissors, tiny little slit, I'm going to cut just about 1/2 inch. And I'm really, really, really close to the edge here. I'm about 1/4 inch down from the edge. And I'm going to cut right like that. just in about a ½ inch. So see that? Just ½ inch right there. I'm going to flip it, do the same thing on the opposite side. Again, remember this is just a ¼ of an inch down from the top here, cutting about a ½ inch, like that. See that? Then I do it on the other side. Fold this in half, mark it. What I like about these pens is that they will erase. So I'm going to find that spot, ¼ inch down, flip it, do it over here. So you're making 4 cuts, ¼ inch down. This is why we added that little bit of extra. I can erase this and erase this. All right, we are going to make the handle straps now. Now I've pre-made my little straps here, but just to show you quickly, hopefully you've seen other videos of mine and you've seen how we do these straps. Just going to show you really quickly though. You would take your tape, and in this case I've made my tape 12 inches long. You fold it up 1/3 so it seals on itself, and then you fold the opposite end on top to make a strip. Now I've already got mine done here. I'm going to slide this through my cut, and I'm going to fold this up. And then using a nice piece of tape that matches, I'm going to seal it off. Just like that. And slide it down and around so it makes an arch. I'm going to grab another piece of this little tape here. I pre-cut some nice pieces of tape with my X-Acto knife so that they're nice and clean. I'm folding up about ½ an inch, 3/4 of an inch. I just want to make sure I've got a nice solid seal, and I wrap this around. There we go. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, wrap that around like that and wrap it around like that. Okay, now we can put our book in. So I'm going to slide this in. And slide this in. Now we need to seal these ends here, these edges. There we go. So I'm just going to take some tape and I'm just going to seal this edge right here. I'm just going to use a nice piece of cut tape, and I'm just going to fold half on, half off, and just fold it over like that. I'm just going to seal this end, and then I can just snip this off. Like that. And I'm going to repeat on the bottom here. Once again, half on, half off, fold it onto itself so that it seals, and snip off the extra. You would do that on the front piece here too. But what I'm going to jump to right now is making actually the tongue closure. So I've made myself another strip of my fabulous embellishment color. And what I'm going to do is just slide this. This is the back. Make sure it's the back. And I'm going to take this and slide this through. Make sure it's the back. Yes. Slide it through my 2 handles. And then I'm going to take a nice piece of tape here. And I'm going to seal this off. Nice and secure, like that. And if I want to, I can add another piece. Just make it nice and secure. I'm going to come back later on and put an embellishment strip anyway, but this would seal it in. Okay, now I'm going to pull this over, and I just want to see how much I need here. I'm going to make a double tongue closure, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to need this much and a little extra. So what I'm going to do is just put my finger here, fold it over, and then I'm going to snip this extra here because I don't need any more than that. I'm going to make my double tongue closure using this extra little piece here. I don't need this to be this thick, so what I'm going to do is just snip this in half, long ways. and snip it this way. Okay, now I pull this nice and tight. I lay one strip and a second strip right down on top like that. And now I'm just going to take a little piece of tape here. Make sure that these pieces are nice and straight. And I lay the tape down. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side with a nice little piece of tape right here. So what you do is you bring your tongue through 1, 2, and then you come back through the top one. And that locks it in place. Keeps it nice and snug and tight. Okay, now I'm going to put a pocket here on the front. To make a pocket, what I'm going to do is take 3 strips of tape. These strips of tape are 6 inches long. I'm going to go 1, like I'm making fabric. And I'm going to layer this one on top. 2. Now, that could be your pocket if you wanted. But I'm going to make mine a little bit bigger. And 3. So now I've got a nice rectangle, and I flip this over. Now I'm going to take 2 pieces of tape. These are shorter. These are 5 inches long. And what I'm going to do is, I hope you can see that there. Here, maybe I'll do it on the pink so you can see it better. I'm going to take this piece of 5-inch tape, and you notice that I'm overlapping, and I'm leaving about 1/4 to 1/2 inch off that edge there. And I'm just going to lay this down like that. And then I'm going to take my second piece and do exactly the same thing. And what I'm trying to do is make sure that I leave 1/2 inch all the way around. See that? Sticky, 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 sticky. Now when I turn this over, I'm going to fold this part down like that. And now I bring my Bible back here. And now because this is all sticky, I don't have to do anything about sealing my pocket in. I just stick it down. I'm going to give that a good rub. It's nice and secure on the bottom. The reason I folded it over there on the top is that leaves it nice and open so that I can put in my pencils and pens. See? Like that. Now, if I want to, I can even embellish a little bit more and put a little cross on here. And for that, I'm going to use my cutting board and my piece of tape here. And I'll need my ruler. And I'm going to cut my strip of tape so that it's 1/2 inch wide. And I'm going to make it 4 inches long. So I'm going to go 4 inches long. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's see if I have 2 inches here. I don't have 2 inches here, so I'll use this extra piece here. And I want to make this 2 inches long. There we go. Peel this up. Place this right on my pocket. So I put 1 strip down. That's going to be the base of my cross. And then for my cross piece, I just kind of figure where the center is and down about 1 inch. Nice thing about duct tape is you can reposition this if you need to. And there you go. Now, I can come back and I can put a strip of tape that goes up and over here and up and over here and really make sure, I'm sorry, I skipped ahead here, but make sure that you do seal these edges because you want to make sure that your book is nice and solid. I did it on the back piece, but I skipped forward on the front. But then you can take another piece of tape if you want to, just like this. Let's make it nice and neat, shall we? X-Acto knives are great because they make nice, clean cuts. And I can take this tape And this is going to give all of this an extra strengthening. So what I'm going to do is lay it right to the edge there. I've gone right to the edge here so that it locks in my handle. And then I would open up my book here and bring it across the back. That's going to seal that edge in. It's going to seal the back in. It's going to make sure that that is nice and secure. And then I would do another strip on the other side. Exactly the same here. And I would do the same thing on my back as well. And that way, my Bible is going to be super secure in its holder. And I want to make sure that it's nice and safe. And that's all there is to keeping your Bible nice and protected over the summer. For more fabulous ideas that you can take to summer camp, come and check us out at Sophie-World.com.